Wasting no time. Wasting no time. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. I'm not playing no games. I want to read the damn chapter, right? I want to read it. How's everybody doing? What's going on in NW? What's up? What's up? Let me turn this down. Might be getting some feedback from it. There we go. Valoni, what's going on? Change out the live. There we go. There we go. All right. Step by step, right? We pulled a fast one. Yes. I was like, I'm wasting no time. I'm hopping right in, right? Yes. You see, we're moving some stuff around. We're rearranging some things, right? We're rearranging it. We're rearranging some things. We'll put that right there. Hopefully by next week, it'll be a little bit more homey, I guess, if I can use that word on the stream, because for some reason I just can't think of anything that I could land on for what I want the My Hero layout to look like, right? I can't land on it. I can move this over here. Oh no, I don't want a triple. I don't want it. Let's pull the jump page. I have Viz pulled up, but I don't have the chapter per se pulled up. You probably can see it in my glasses. Homey or homely. There we go. See, I couldn't even say the word correctly. Homely. A little bit more homely. Yeah. I have to do a better job of talking into the mic. I do a lot of this and this and this and this and this and over here, but not directly in the mic. I have to do a little bit more of that. So I have to be more conscious of what I'm doing, right? Do I read Jujutsu? No. I watch it though. Daquan, what's going on? How's your Sunday? I watch Jujutsu. I don't read it. I'll probably pick it up whenever this first season ends, because I want to read it. I want to be caught up. Yeah. The anime is flames right now. Straight fire. The anime is straight fire right now. So I know the manga is probably insane. That's why I'm like, I don't spend that much time on the. Oh, this guy is the chapter. NW. The first couple of My Hero streams, I was like, what if they do that? Like the very first one or the second one, I was like, what if they do that? Right? What if they do that? I wouldn't put it past them, right? I don't know if it's an over exaggeration, but have some people gotten like DMCA stuff because they hummed a song? I don't know if that's an over exaggeration, but that's crazy if that's the case. That's crazy if that's the case. I just know that Jujutsu anime adds a little extra to the fights, and they do it very well. See, some of the better series do that, right? The better adaptations, they'll add in places where it makes something even better. Like, if I think of it from the My Hero aspect, isn't everything, like if I'm remembering correctly, everything to do with Endeavor, like that whole battle scene with the Nomu, where he incinerated its head and used the blue flames, that's all anime original, right? Matter of fact, isn't that the scene where whenever Endeavor used blue flames, that's what kind of like in people's brain confirmed that, oh, Dabi has to be Toya, right? Because in the manga there's no that didn't happen. So if for in the anime for him to go yeah, okay, gotcha, that is it. That scene was flames too, no pun intended. Pun intended, no pun intended. But that scene was really freaking dope. I love when anime adds stuff, when they'll add a little bit of spice to a scene and it's really good. I like it. I like when an adaptation does that. I love it. Like, we'll add this little bit in there. We'll put it in there. All right, so if I'm recapping last week, right? What is there to recap about? What is there to single out about last week except for it's one of the best chapters. This whole arc, right? This whole entire arc has just been like, my goodness, like so many things have happened. So it's like we're at this point of Toya I heard something really, really loud fall, right? I hear feet moving, but I don't hear a response. So they're fine. They're fine. They're fine. What was I saying? Toya singled out Shoto, yeah. My chain of thought is gone. It's totally gone. It's absolutely gone. I'm trying to remember. What was I saying? It's gone. I don't know. Yeah, let me just pull the chapter up then, right? What do I want to point out? The plane from a few chapters ago is making its way. I pulled up the first chapter. Okay. Right here. I'm all over the deck. I'm all over the place. Page 1. We're starting now. The picture of Toya. The winds of winter howled that day, and the air was dry. In the past, I used to train up on Sekoto Peak, and it was there that Toya burned to death. 291, thanks for going strong. The drip is clean, though. You're not lying, Daquan. They say the fire burned at over 2,000 degrees Celsius. 2,000 degrees. Whoa. See, Enryu, I don't see, I only know Fahrenheit, so I don't know Celsius. (2,000 degrees Celsius? What? (2,000 degrees? Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, I had pulled up Google. I don't know if you could tell if it got any brighter, but I was like trying to Google like what can I compare to 2,000 degrees Celsius? Basically almost 3,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I was trying to see what I could find and I couldn't find anything fast enough. That's crazy. My new mixtape, duh. Let me continue. The body was never found. His bones were reduced to ash, and the blazes updraft scattered them to the wind. Only a fragment of his lower jawbone was found, and yet at the time I kept. Page 2. All right. All right. What's going on with your hair, Toya? Huh? It's turning white. We're getting the flashback. This is the flashback that I wanted. It's turning white. No way. I ain't some old man. Did you dye it? Who, me? No way. My eldest Toya didn't harbor frost within him, but the fire he possessed was greater than my own. But forget that. Today's the day you teach me an ultimate move. Where did it go wrong? He didn't have a way to overcome the inescapable downside of overheating, but I nevertheless sought to raise the boy to be a hero. Meanwhile, I still yearned for a child whose quirk combined fire and ice. My wife wanted more children, saying they could encourage each other. Then Fuyumi, my second, was born. She only inherited Rei's quirk. Neither child bore the ideal quirk I was hoping for, but at the time I was happy all the same. Because Toya had more potential than me, I placed my ambitions on his shoulder. I'm like scared. Like where did it... I thought it could be you. Wow. You could have been the one to reach my eternal goal. My frustration, my envy, the ugliness in my heart. You could have been the one to smash it all to dust. Yeah, it's just like, where did it go left? Like, that's what where did it go left? I'm sorry, I haven't even gone over I see page 5, but I haven't moved over to page 5 yet. I'm on page 4. This is what I was thinking. Like, I'm a big proponent on there's two sides to every story. And granted, like, it's just like, but granted, after, like, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? That Endeavor already exhibited signs and everything. What's up, Simo? How are you? Exhibited everything that proved that he was a terrible father, right? After what they all said, everything. So I'm like, where did it go wrong? I want to see more, because Endeavor right here seems like him and Rei, I can't say love, because we don't know enough about their relationship to say that they were in love, but it seems like they were, right? He loved Toya, he loved Fuyumi. Granted, at this point that we're seeing in Endeavor's mind that he's showing us up to page 4, he's the father that, if I could like dumb it down, like the father that had dreams to be a professional so-and-so, right? A professional so-and-so. He didn't make it. He has a son that has incredible potential, and he takes it upon himself to push him to live his dreams through him. That's what Endeavor is right now. And in some of those, like, their relationship is never bad because the kid wants to do it too. And as we can see, Toya has the same personality, the same fiery personality. As we learned, your quirks give you a part of your personality. We learned that how many chapters ago? It's been a few chapters, but we learned that your quirk is a part of your personality. So them having the same quirk, they had a similar personality. So where is it that from this point, I did it again. Where is it that everything just went so bad, right? I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm just sitting here like, where did it go so wrong? And also, Valoni, I saw what you said. Like, his quirk started to hurt him as his hair turned white. I think, honestly, it was because I don't think it was the actual stress of like Endeavor like hounding on him that stressed him. I just think that the nature of his quirk and the condition of his body, right? I just think the quirk is what was stressing him. Probably not Endeavor. Yeah, NW. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You only got to see it from Todoroki's side. And then whenever you would see Endeavor, right? And whenever you would see Endeavor, you would see basically it's kind of like we were seeing Endeavor from Shoto's point of view, right? Up until the point where Endeavor's character started to grow. And wow, hold on. It's almost as if the whole time we were introduced to Endeavor, that we started to see Endeavor, like not started to see, we saw Endeavor through how Shoto viewed Endeavor, right? So we see the fiery, the yelling, and the possessiveness, like we see all of that. But ever since the sports festival, right? Ever since the sports festival and Shoto being in class more and gaining more friends and gaining these friendships, and he himself starts to change, and it's like almost at that point Endeavor's character starts to change as well, right? So it's like Shoto doesn't view this man as a monster anymore, and kind of like how Endeavor was starting to be written, the monster image of Endeavor started to leave as well. That's a very interesting parallel that maybe Hori planned, maybe it just lined up perfectly. But that's how, like, if I'm going back to like my mind's eye of remembering the series, they start to change alongside each other, right? And granted, we know why Endeavor was changing, because he was so possessive of the number one, this, that, and the third. We know all that, but it just seems like as Shoto started to change as a person, Endeavor changed as well, and it's kind of like we're viewing Endeavor through Shoto's eyes. It's very interesting. Yeah, the beginning of the story painted Endeavor as a way bigger, yep, than your average abusive father, but only still, yep. So it makes me think Toya's going to be the same. I think so. Here we see, granted, a bad father, but not the absolute worst father. Yes. Right. Yeah, I agree. Toya's death, that's a good call, Daquan. Toya's death had to have been the turning point, because he was Endeavor's pride and joy. Let me continue reading. Because he's Endeavor's pride and joy. All right. No, Toya is dead. I'm on the bottom of 5. No, Toya is dead. Take back that despicable lie. Nope, I'm clearly alive. And that's the despicable truth, Dad. Because you put a whole agency together of fire and heat type quirks. You didn't even suspect me. Top of 6. Zoom in. And that Dabi face. The sick grin on his face. Top of 6. Dabi never spoke a word of this. He kept it hidden from us. What's up with that? But anyway. Wake the heck up, Shigaraki. Makia needs orders. My word. Another with quite the bloodline. They know, do they know, they know about Shigaraki's lineage, correct? That I don't know, but do they know about Shigaraki's lineage? I would assume maybe. Let me continue. Don't believe me? I'm happy to donate some blood or a hunk of skin. Go ahead, get a DNA test. Not that it matters, since the test I ran has already gone public. There's a 99% match between my DNA and a sample of Endeavor's blood from the battle in Kyushu. Still, I'm sure many of you believe this to be an elaborate hoax, so I'll just have to convince you otherwise. After all, that Endeavor made sure Mom kept having kids. The fourth was someone most of you are familiar with, I think. Yes, at long last, little Shoto was the successful creation. And he even abused that successful creation. I've seen him do it many times. Endeavor doesn't have an empathetic bone in his body. Excuse me. At his core, he's addicted to the limelight. A man who wallows in his own small-mindedness and self-importance. Dude, that's the blogs and they're going crazy. Is that the sort of person who should call himself a hero? Look, everybody's watching. Yumi. Addicted to the limelight, half truth. We all know Dabi's gonna put on a show. He's gonna put on a show for the world. We know that. We know this. Zooming in. We're zooming in. Top of 8. He's lying. He's gotta be. Who'd ever believe this junk? People ain't gonna lose faith in a hero over this. We're not that freaking stupid. Love, can't you? Camera's a little blurry. Okay, thank you. Those who keep company with Endeavor are no different. Oh! Dude, I didn't expect this. It's a wrap. If no one was gonna believe it, oh my goodness. If nobody was gonna believe what Dabi was up there saying, it's a wrap. Whoa. It's a wrap. Take Hawks, the number 2 hero. I'm moving on to the top of 9. Oh. The others are waiting for you. I still gotta... That crying villain who's trying to run away? I did my best to protect him, but Hawk skewered the guy without the slightest hesitation. Perfectly spliced and edited, even on the fly. Bow down to my skills. To you and your camera for that prime footage. No reason not to use what we got, right? Wait. Hold on. So... That's crazy. Yo, Dabi's sick. Dabi's a sick bastard. Dabi is a sick bastard. Dabi is a sick bastard. Dabi's a sick bastard. Cameras like the one Hawks had. Dabi is a sick bastard. This man was like, I'm gonna use it twice as death. That's sick, man. This is my present to you, Endeavor. See, I did some digging into Hawks. That filthy spy. Zooming in, top of 10. Hawks. In order to curry favor with us, Hawks even killed the number 3 hero. In fact, who was recuperating. He killed Best Jeanist. So, okay, so if Jeanist is alive, if Jeanist is the one that's gonna come out of that plane, then that would definitely help if Jeanist is alive, because then people can be like, yo, this guy was up here lying this whole time on the broadcast, right? You could come up with the excuse that Hawks, that the picture of Hawks is fake. You could come up with anything. Carrying out that murder didn't ruffle his feathers in the slightest, since violence is already so ingrained in his lifestyle. And it's really no wonder, since his own father was a serial robber and murderer, a villain, which is exactly why Hawks' background and real name were kept secret. It was Endeavor who captured his father, actually. Maybe it was that connection and some twist of fate that brought these men together. Oh my gosh. I would hate it if this worked on society's opinion, because come on, no matter how much of a scandal you make, there's still villains. Dude, I can't say I hate it. I feel like in this very jaded society, right, in this very hypocritical society, this is going to work. It's going to work. They're very hypocritical. This is the same society that will look at a 4-year-old that has a quirk and say they're evil and that they have no hope. So of course, if someone gets on TV with a picture of Hawks killing a villain and then saying he killed the number 3 hero and Endeavor beats his family and I'm his son, they're absolutely gonna believe it. This hero society is so freaking jaded. It's so freaking jaded. It's absolutely gonna work. Is there time to be hypocritical if your apartment is wrecked and the streets are on fire? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how people act. You'd be surprised how people act. You would. Look how people were acting when Endeavor was fighting High End. Look at how they were acting. It took for a teenage boy to be screaming at the top of his lungs and to believe in the number 1 hero for them to shut up. This is gonna work. It's gonna work. It's absolutely gonna work. I'd be surprised if it didn't work. Top of 11. I couldn't let that stand. Look at him. Yo, he's pouring it on. Look at him. I feel like if Genus does show up, Genus will throw a monkey wrench in this whole plan, because they're gonna be like, he said he killed Genus. Genus is alive. Like it'll be that. Look at him. These twisted people with skeletons in their closet. They cover it all up with masks of justice, but they don't stop there. They call themselves heroes and keep fooling everyone. I just want everyone to stop and think. The only ones these heroes protect are themselves, with all that ugliness inside. They use you people to give them protection, approval, admiration. 12. Dude, can't you see, kid? This is bad news. By speaking out, he's already won. Whether he's lying or not is a question for later. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the court of public opinion, and this is, I feel like this answers your question, NW. If a woman, and I don't want this to be skewed out of context, right? Out of context, I don't want it to get blown out of proportion. I want you to hear what I'm saying, right? I want you to hear what I'm saying. If a woman accuses a man of sexual assault, right? And she goes public, she says, she points the finger, he did it, whatever happened, blah, 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 like whatever happened, he did this to me. right? And he didn't do it. It doesn't matter if he did do it or if he didn't do it. His life is ruined. It doesn't matter if he gets acquitted in court. It doesn't matter. The court of public opinion says he's a rapist and his life is over. And that's today in our life. It happens all the time. Don't blow this out of proportion. There are incidents that overshadow the false accusers of it actually happening, right? Those events happen more than someone claiming and lying on someone about that. But it happens. It happens. And this right here, page 12, is exactly it's the exact real thing that would happen. It doesn't matter if he's lying or not. It doesn't matter if he's lying or not. He talked first, and that's it. That's it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can be acquitted. You can be proven not guilty. Your reputation, your image, everything is ruined. Trust me, I know. Trust me, it's ruined. Absolutely ruined. I'll call you back, Pops. It's absolutely ruined. So for him to hop up here and say that your number one hero, they idolize heroes in this society. Your number one hero is a piece of trash. I'm his rejected son that he beat the hell out of. He beats his other family. He forced his woman to have kids against her will. All this stuff. Here's a picture of the number 2 hero. He killed a villain. And the reason why he could be killing this villain is because he comes from a line of villains, and Endeavor is the one that captured his dad, and then he killed the number 3 hero. We don't even know where the number 3 hero is. He's dead. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just wish these people would look at the bigger picture, because I hate the trope of the public hating on the hero in every superhero story. I get that. I totally get that, but I feel like if this were any other situation, not involving like what Endeavor was, I would agree, because that trope is kind of annoying. Every superhero is going to have that arc, right? But with the kind of information that has been said about this, it's not just oh, he killed him, like, or he did this, oh, he, like, this is like, and plus, like, as we already see with the society was already on the brink of not liking heroes anyway. They lost their faith in the heroes 2 incidents ago. So it's the tipping point. But I totally understand what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying. He might be a villain, but people are, I'm on 12. He might be and what's up, Julian? He might be a villain, but people are gonna lose faith over this. I hate to say it, but me too, I'm sorry. Especially with all this damage and destruction. Anyone witnessing all of this would have to be stupid not to lose faith, right? Yeah, it's like that. It's what's gonna happen in this society. It's gonna happen. Thanks for going strong up until now, Endeavor. This Dabi face right here, he like in this panel of 13, he looks like the Joker who laughs. He's so the Batman who laughs, excuse me. He looks like the Batman who laughs. The Shark Kid gets it. Totally. What's going on? I'm good. Good Sunday. Reading some My Hero. I'm happy. I'm zooming in. That panel on 15 looked pretty crazy, but I didn't see it. I zoomed in really quick. At the time, I kept searching for you. Yo, dude, he lost so much faith. He's like, I didn't believe you were dead. Father, here he comes. Protect Midori and the others. Haru and I will fight. Worry about the rest later. Get moving. You gotta protect them. Come on. Moving over to 15. Oh my goodness. Flash Fire Fist. Oh my goodness. That looks crazy. This kind of looks like a suicide attack. Can his body even handle that? He's about to do a prominence burn? Whoa! Whoa! He's about to do a whoa! Can his body even? This looks like a suicide attack. This looks like it looks like a suicide attack. Dude, what? Can his body handle a prominence burn? Damn zoom. Going over to 16. Oh! 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 The threads are coming down. Is it gonna stop him? It stopped him. Oh! Wires from the sky. Who could? If I go, let me go over to 17 and let me move over to 17 and have it be why? Best Genius. Goodness. $17. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Apologies for the delay. As of today, Best Genius is back on duty. Oh my gosh. What a chapter. What a chapter. What a chapter. What a chapter. Looking back on the line, another with quite the bloodline. Could be talking about Shigaraki or Registro, or maybe Compress was low-key talking about himself. No, I think Compress is talking about himself. I honestly think doesn't Compress have a magic background? He has a magic background, right? So how cool would it be if that dude Midnight was talking about? Remember the dude that came in after Momo did her plan and Midnight was talking about him? What was his name? He was something, but he had a cool design. What if they have some connection, right? The Majestic, thank you. Like Compress, out of everyone in the league, Compress and Spinner are the ones we know next to nothing about. So I would assume that. What page was that? 5? 6. It could be a number of things, but it'd be cool if he was talking about himself and Shigaraki and Dabi as well. Dude, that looked, it is similar. He was gonna do a prominence burn, and that looked like it was gonna be a suicide attack. It looked like it was gonna be a suicide attack, but the thing that's sticking out to me the most, thought about Toga's bloodline. I think Toga was just a normal. I think Toga's just a girl from, like, pretty sure her family has like some money. I don't think it's anything crazy. Maybe not because it was coming from his feet. Nah, he was falling downwards, Julian, and we see in the upper panel of 15 all the fire is on his upper body. So it just looks like it's coming from his feet because we're getting the aerial, like the ground is under him. So he's just going, like he's just releasing it all, kind of like how we seen Endeavor do the 1, 2, 3 times we've seen him do a prominence burn. He's just got his arms open like this, right? He's like Endeavor, every prominence burn was just him like this. So I think he's just downwards, just pumping. He's gonna pump all of that out. But does Dabi survive a prominence burn? Because I don't think Dabi operates in the I need to hold. Well, he does technically. That looks crazy though. That looks crazy. Also, good to mention that Ray wasn't forced as a baby making machine by Endeavor. Yeah. Right. I'm so interested in. I want the full backstory from Endeavor, right? We got all the way up until how old is Toya? We know Toya he didn't grow that much. Right? He was a small child. We do know that. Because he had a weak constitution. But how old is Toya right here? I would say he's no more than 4 or 5. I would say in this flashback, he's about 4 or 5 years old. Right? Where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? That's what I'm really interested. I'm really interested in that. Where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? And I'm only speaking for the where did it go wrong in regards to oh no, I take that back. I take that back. On page 3, Toya is not that much older than Fuyumi. At the most, Toya is 2 years older than Fuyumi. On page 3, the middle panel, it shows us Fuyumi as a baby, right? And that's a little baby Toya. That's a little baby Toya right there. He's no more old, so I would say he's no more than 2 years older than Fuyumi. Probably at the most a year. That's not like I'm saying. I'll give some more leeway, but it's literally like a year older. I'll give leeway 2 because babies still crawl at 2. My nephew's 2 and he still crawls. Does Christian crawl? Well, Christian no. Well, Christian's different. The boy's gigantic, but Sanai, she still crawled at 2. So I'll say the most 2 years, the most. But from how Toya looks right here, he's like a year older than her, right? And like we know how much Endeavor wanted to do this, right? Is Endeavor so warped that seeing Toya's quirk hurt him and he's not able to output the firepower he could make him beat him? Does it make him do that? Because he said last chapter that he would crawl, like he would crawl back to Natsu and tell him everything that Endeavor was doing to him. Does that make, like, why would, is it would Endeavor be that blind to keep forcing the boy to do these things? It's like, would he do that? Would he do that? Would he keep forcing the boy to keep like what? Oh my gosh. Would he? That is true. Half the time they shouldn't even have a full head of hair. Oh my gosh. Like legit. Like I'm really like I need to see after. There has to be a point why Endeavor stopped his memories right there. There has to be a point. There has to be a point why Endeavor didn't want to remember anything else. Like he was only remembering the good times. Dude, like I'm really I'm like taken aback by this, right? But even it just depends on Horikoshi's like depiction of children. Like, does Toya remind you of a Kid Bakugo? Like, he reminds me of a Kid Bakugo. But how old were they when they were in preschool? Well, yeah, so they were like 4 or 5 years old. Like he does remind me of that. They did talk a lot. Granted, little kids do talk a lot. Ron in one of his, yeah, right here. I'm really taken aback by this. Like I'm really like captivated, and like like this, like I'm really looking at Endeavor, like would he do it? So I'm gonna read page 1. I'm gonna read page 1 again. The winds of winter howled that day, and the air was dry. In the past, I used to train up on Sokoto Peak, and it was there that Toya burned to death. They say the fire burned at over 2,000 degrees Celsius. The body was never found. His bones were reduced to ash, and the blaze's updraft scattered them to the wind. Only a fragment of his lower jawbone was found. And yet at the time, like this cuts off weird too. Like right here. And yet at the time I kept, let me go forward. Because I feel like, there we go. It's making sense. What he was saying in page 1, right? What he was saying in page 1, at the time I kept, picks back up in page 14. At the time I kept searching for you. I didn't believe you were dead. That's the end of his thought right there. Dude, I see when I'm looking at this, man, and I don't. That was last chapter, wasn't it? I'm about to like dual screen this. Because I don't want to click off this chapter. $290, right? Was the panel? I can't see you chat, by the way. Let me pull it up on my phone. I'll pull the chat up on my phone so I can see you guys. There we go. All right, so I got 290 on this screen, 291 on this screen. I'm going too fast. I'm trying to like skip through it. Right? Like in page 14 of last chapter, you see him like curled. He's like curled up in the fetal, like he's clutching the ground. His hair's like the crown of his head is white. I could see it, right? I could see it that just like the whole vicariously living through your child, right? And we get this moment in 291 where what page? Page 4, where you get the owl and he has a scorch mark on his body, right? And I can totally see that endeavor, because right under that, like, you could have been the one, like, to reach my goal, got rid of the envy in my heart, the frustration, the ugliness, won your children. Like, you should work that out, not your children. We need to say that to get that out of the way at first, right? We need to say that, like, your children shouldn't do that for you, right? You shouldn't rely on the actions of your children to remove those things from you. You should remove them from yourself. So I can see this on page 4 of 291, right? Blinding him and continually pushing Toya, right? Continually pushing Toya to the point of he has these moments where he's just like in pain, like writhing in pain from training with Endeavor. And Endeavor's like, suck it up, or you can't stop this and this and that. I can see that, right? I can totally see that. And perhaps he was even blind to it. Maybe he couldn't see it. Maybe he couldn't see that's what he was doing. Because when I look at Endeavor's face on page 4, when I look at his face on page 14, it doesn't, I don't know, man. It doesn't look like the father that didn't love his children. They didn't love his family. I also noticed that Shoto, when Shoto calls Endeavor, like, gotta make note that he's yelling at him in the face of his brother, father, right? That has to be pointed out. That totally has to be pointed out. I feel like this answers my question. I feel like this that answers my question when he's like, just worry about the rest later. Like, we need to do it. He says father to him. I like that. The subtle details. I like that. Father, not Endeavor. Father. Has Shoto called Endeavor father in these last couple of chapters up until this point? No, right? Has he said Endeavor, or has he just said not just called him by name? That I feel like that's something that needs to be pointed out. I know it's a really cool subtle detail. If you look at Toya's eyes, they look like rays. But after the accident and when he becomes Dabi, his eyes became like endeavors. Good comparison. I can look at Toya on this page and look at 290 when we see her face. Yeah. Because I would assume that Toya got blessed with more firepower than his father, but got the body of his mother that's never supposed to have a fire quirk in her. I feel like that's his issue. Let me find a panel of Dabi. Doesn't have a sick looking. Well, he always has a sick look. Matter of fact, can't we use Shoto as an example? Doesn't Shoto have his left eye is his mother's and his right eye is his father's, correct? But I think you're absolutely right. Or maybe? Look over here. Nah, I think they look the same. Hold on. I'm just looking. They look the same. They look the same. I'm looking at him when he poured the hair dye on over his head. They look kind of the same. Oh. I didn't know that Viz had a comment thing under it. I never scrolled this far. I didn't know Viz had this. Wow. They look about the same. That would have been really cool though. If that is the case, that would be really cool. But his eyes look the same because I'm looking on page 10 of 290 when all three of them are in the same panel and Toya's eyes, Dabi's eyes look like Shoto's left eye, which is his mother's eye. Right? 14 of 291. He is crying. He is crying. That is a good point. He is crying. He is. Oh man. I don't think this is going to be as clear cut as we think, but if they do make this out, right? If Shoto and Endeavor make it out of this situation alive, there's Endeavor 100% is going to tell him the entire story, everything that he could possibly tell him. You can see Dabi's face on 16 when he looks back up at Best Genius like he's seen a ghost, right? He's seen a ghost. He's seen a ghost like, yo, you're messing my plan up. Why are you here, right? But is Dabi the fool for believing that Hawks would actually kill the number 3 hero? We gotta talk about that. Do we have to talk about that? Is he the fool for believing that? Possibly. Possibly. Damn. I want to. What is Bakugo's face? Oh, that's just him looking up at. I can only imagine what this entire sequence is gonna look like, man. Animated animated, what this whole sequence is gonna look like. It's gonna be like the most tense stuff to be watching. I can picture the track that's playing in the background. Yeah, Dabi and Gagan both got hit with Genus wires, right? On 16. Dude, the shark kid on page 12 and 13, he hit it on the head. It needs the right musical score. I don't think they're gonna mess that up, right? I don't think they're gonna mess that up. This is gonna hit. This is gonna hit. When this gets animated, this is gonna hit. This is gonna hit. This shark kid hit it on the head. He hit it on the head. He hit it on the head. It's too real, right? What Hori is saying is just like it's real life. Like, it doesn't matter what's the truth or what's not. Once it gets into the media gonna take it and they're gonna run. Public opinion is gonna go. The mob mentality, that's just gonna take off. The kid hit it right on the head. That kid hit it right on the head. And I love he's honest. He's like, I can't help it. Even if he's lying, I can't help it. Like, I can't help it. Jeez, man. So we can say he's a hammerhead shark because he hit it on the nail. You know what you gotta do. That was a good one. This assault on the mansion in the hospital started at Chapter 260. The anime adapts usually 2 chapters into 1 episode. So this whole arc would be 15 episodes. Imagine the entire season 6 being this arc. I think so. It'll be the first time that this happens too. I'm staying here. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think season 6, would this be season 6? Yeah, this would be season 6, because season 5 is going to be the class battle in My Villain Academia. How many do you think My Villain is going to cover all of the second? Or the only reason why I'm thinking, the only reason is I feel like the class battle, and people are going to be annoyed at the start of season 5, right? People are going to be, I'm looking at the chat because you guys are here. I need to look at the camera. But people are going to be annoyed with the beginning of season 5, because it's going to cover, we're going to get the Hawks information, like of him meeting up with Dabi. That's going to be at the beginning of season 5. And it's going to be the class battle stuff. Don't be surprised if they drag the class battle. Yeah, don't be surprised if the class battle covers the whole first 12 or 13. Because, and I want this to be the case. Exactly like how when My Villain Academia starts and it shows up My Hero Academia logo, Shigaraki, hand, My Hero Academia logo cracked. I think that the first half of the season should be the class battle, right? I think the first half of the season, the whole 12, should be the class battle. And then whenever you get the second half and we get the new opening, the opening should start off as a My Hero opening, and then Sugar, like kind of like a JoJo, like the ending of Stardust Crusaders. If you've watched JoJo, you know what I'm talking about. The last couple episodes, how the opening changes. The opening for the second half of the season 5 should start off as like da na 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 na, and then Shigaraki walks on, touches the logo, boom, logo changes. Instead of the My Hero logo, it should be the My Villain logo. And then we ride off and then the whole opening is basically the villains just getting their little points through the opening. And then we just ride My Villain into the end. I think that's what it should be. I honestly think that's what it should be. All of season 5. And then after that, you have to get the Endeavor Agency stuff. I think you could do the Endeavor Agency stuff because that was like 4 or 5 chapters, wasn't that? That wasn't long. You could adapt that just like how they did the high-end fight at the end of this past season. You could get that in an episode or 2 at the end, and you could run it the same way how you do this. You run the Endeavor Agency stuff, and then at the end of I'm losing. Can you do that? Because I'm thinking of, there's so many little scenes that happen in that Endeavor Agency arc that I don't think you could do it. Because I feel like My Villain Academia needs to be the thing that needs to cover, I don't know, 12 episodes. It probably won't, because I thought that no, I feel like My Villain should cover the same amount as, what's his name? Overhaul was 13, 14 episodes. Technically, I'll count Night Eye, like that episode Night Eye, wasn't that 14 episodes? 13, because you can't count episode 1. So 13 episodes was Overhaul. Yeah, there's no way we get out of My Villain Academia with no less than 13. I think the ending of My Villain Academia is probably going to be one of the best. Well, it's hard to top that Endeavor stuff. It's going to be a great ending. And I think we just start up next season with the Endeavor 26 or 27. I think 26. If My Hero got 27, and plus we have to take into an account that no, it didn't. Season 4 didn't get any filler episodes, but all the other seasons did get filler episodes in between because of the movies. So yeah, if My Hero did get 27, I'd be like, whoa, okay. If My Hero got 27, that would be okay. But the whole thing is, it's just the team that's working on it, if they're going to be working on the movie at the same time, which leads me to think that they're going to be working on the movie because the director that directed season 4 is directing season 5. And then there's the director from the first 3 seasons is the one that's been doing the movies. So I would assume since he's not on for season 5, he's going to be doing another movie, right? That's what I think. And maybe now that this director has more time to like actually try to put the season together, right? Even more time than he probably had before. Maybe the season will turn out a little better than season 4. Even though season 4 wasn't bad, but people obviously had their complaints because people complain. But there's also Christmas Day. Doesn't Christmas Day happen like before the class battle? the Mirio fight, NW. That's everyone's complaint. I didn't have any issue with it, but I can see why they complained. People wanted the most spectacular fight. And then it's like knowing how people felt about Mirio, because I didn't know that the introduction of Mirio meant that people wanted him to have one for all, and now it's just time to slander Deku. I didn't realize that was a thing until the anime. Like, I didn't, when reading through it, I didn't hear none of that talk. But like, I didn't know that was a thing until the anime. So I was like, oh, that's why everyone's pissed off, because they want him to be the new main character, and they felt like his scene should have been the best scene in the entire series. Granted, it was a great scene, but if we're being frank, what we saw in the anime is more than what we got in the manga. So yeah, I don't get season 4 was fine to me. Season 4 was fine. The school festival was the perfect payoff for all the stuff in the first half, right? But does that we both I think we're saying the same exact thing. Like, the manga was even less than what the anime showed us. Yeah, it's like they could have added a really freaking dope fight scene. Like, in my brain, yes, I can sit there and be like, hey, yo, they could have done something nuts. Like, they could have done some crazy fight scene and it would have been amazing. But they didn't. But they didn't, right? Does it suck they didn't? Yeah, but did it ruin the season for me? No. Did it ruin the moment for me? Not at all. The moment conveyed. For me, when I watched it, I cried. Even in the like the different stop screens and people like, so I remember people like some people saying, "Yo, we're watching a slideshow. What the heck just happened?" It's just like, well, okay, if you got taken out of it, you got taken out of it. Can I be mad at you for getting taken out of it? No, that's your opinion. But I dropped a tear. I dropped a tear on it. I totally did. I felt like it was done perfectly. I felt the music fit that scene. Because it was like it was the flash, and then it'll go dark, and then it was the flash, and then it'll go dark, and then it was him as a child, and then it'd be another flash of him fighting, and then it'd go dark, but then you hear him in the background the whole time, and then it's him as a kid again, and then flash, and then you get the bang bang, and he's standing there, and you see him, and it's just like, God, and then you just see tiny Mirio. I'm gonna cry now. I'm gonna cry now. So good. So good. I love it. I love it. The one complaint I will say, they should have had the dialogue of, they should have had not even a voiceover. It didn't even have to be a voiceover. But they even could have added the subs. It should have explained how long he was fighting. That was my complaint with the scene. That was my complaint. That was my complaint. I would have loved it if they just threw a sub down there, just like they did in the manga, and they just say, it's been 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes since this started. He got shot 5 minutes. If I'm correct, he got shot 5 minutes ago, and he's been fighting over. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. Wow. I'm getting goosebumps. I am, because that scene it's just so freaking epic and dope. Everything of the sorts. To say 5 minutes, he's been fighting this monster for 5 minutes quirkless, and the man can't take him down. I just felt like that sub should have been in it. That's the only thing. That's the only complaint I have with that scene. For me, that scene was so good. That scene was so freaking good. It was so good. I got goosebumps thinking about it. I got goosebumps thinking about it. I'm gonna have to go watch that episode now. Some version had that sub. Where? I would love to watch that. What version had that? Was it a fan sub? Did a fan sub like take the liberty and add it? Because I know we can do some research, guys. We can do some research. I'm gonna pull up My Hero on Verve, which is Crunchyroll. and we're gonna go to that episode and see if they added it, because I remember season 2, season 4. Damn, they number it by the amount of numbers. It's Lemillion, because Unforeseen Hope is Manchester Smash. I'll mute it so you guys don't hear it. Go to the end. That's the ending. SOS Brothers and Blind Wave had it. I know Rop did it for Blind Wave though, because Rop edits their stuff. He edits like the titles of the episodes out, and he fixes the dimming that the series do to help for epilepsy. He fixes that. So he does all. I think he added that. Young Verve, there's no subs there. I'm gonna cry. Taking this off my screen. I'm gonna cry. We're taking this off that scene. So we say all of this. Damn, I don't want to see Twice dead on my screen. Next page. We're saying all this to say, I think honestly, and that's the whole difficult part about adaptations, right? How do things fall? How do you want them to fall? Because there's no way you break this arc up in the middle, right? Unless My Hero gets an unexpected 50 episode run for like season 6. Dude, if they were to do that, we wouldn't get My Hero. If season 6 were to be like, we're giving you 50 straight episodes of the best thing we could possibly give you, right? Because we don't know how busy Bones is, but officially announced works, they have nothing. They're not, the only announced work that they're working on is an anime original and season 5 of My Hero. We don't know like what they're planning for, what's in their schedule that they haven't announced yet, but they're not working on anything. So it would be nuts if they were to say the whole staff, if the whole staff is going to give you 50 straight episodes, right? If they're not working on anything else, right? If they're going to give you 50 straight, and then you don't get My Hero until like 2023 again, 2022. That's way too much. Well, 2023. You don't get My Hero again until 2023. Yeah, we would have some ugly episodes. But I'm best case scenarioing it if Studio Bones took on nothing else, no other series, no movies, nothing, and the entire studio said we're gonna work on 50 episodes for a 50 episode season 6, right? That I think that's what I'm more like. That's what my mind's saying. Like if Studio Bones does nothing else for the next 2 years, right? They do absolutely nothing. The only thing they work on is My Hero, and they have the whole studio work on My Hero, right? That means the team isn't split in half to work on a movie. All of that. That's what I'm saying. That's all the stuff. That's like, if they were to do that, that would be crazy, and it would probably be one of the best seasons of a shonen series that you could do. It would mess the game up. It would mess the game up because if they were to do that, like, let's play the hypothetical. If Studio Bones were to stop working on every other series that they have planned in the pipeline, everything, and focus the entire studio on My Hero, it would like all the fans of ongoing series like Boruto and Black Clover and all these other series would be like, why isn't our show looking as good as theirs? There's going to be someone on the internet to say that, right? And then you're going to have the 55,000 videos of people explaining what's going on, right? Like, right? That's the hypothetical I'm living in. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, How do you how do you adapt? I'm trying to see where we could fit this arc in. How do you adapt the class battle, My Villain Academia, the Endeavor training arc? Is there any other mini arcs that are yeah, there's always gonna be someone. You're right, Simo. There's always gonna be someone. Like, how do you adapt all of those so that we get to a season that starts and ends with this war arc, right? Because honestly, how this is going, how this arc is going, it's going to be its own 25 episode and season, and then because you can see the promotion for it, you can like the promotion is gonna be like the war's here. That's gonna be the build up for it. That's gonna be the build up for it, right? Like, how do you adapt all of that? I think the only way is if the class battle isn't as long. Like, the only reason why I'm like, I want My Villain Academia to be a straight 12 at the 13 episode mark is because I just want that cool opening. Unless they pull a fast one on us and they change they finish the class battle in 5 episodes, 6 episodes, and they change the opening. That would be cool. They could do that. They just change the opening on episode 7 or 8, and we just hop straight into My Villain Academia, and we run that until episode, I don't know, 15, 16, 17. Do the Endeavor training arc after that, end the season with the students in the woods looking at the city, and the boy looking up at the statue at the beginning of the arc, the beginning of this war arc, and then you just start off season 6 straight into the war. You would say 7 episodes? I could pull up the wiki and try to go through it. I haven't done that in a while for My Hero. I know I did it for season 4, and I said, yo, they're gonna end on high end. And then whenever we started the season, I'm like, yo, I don't think they're gonna end on high end. How the hell are they gonna do it? And then as we started getting to it, I'm like, yeah, they're definitely not doing high end this season. And then we got the Japanese hero billboard, and I'm like, oh snap, they're about to do high end. And I kind of like guessed it right. The order how I had it was wrong, but I kind of guessed it right. I thought the season was going to end with Hawks meeting Dabi. I thought that was going to be the end. So we seen the high end stuff. You kind of get to like Hawks, and then you see him talking to Dabi, and then you cliffhanger everybody. Like, that's how I thought it was gonna. That's how I thought it was gonna end. Let me pull up the wiki. We gotta read Vigilante sometime too. Right here. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whenever I'm like looking at it, I try to look at like, yo, this could be cut. This is only fighting, so this is not going to be as long, right? It's easier to do it. Like I struggle to do with it. Like once you get halfway through season 2 of Tower of God, because of how long the chapters get. But it's easier to do with manga because we know how long the chapters are, how many pages. It's consistent. So, excuse me. So we start off this next season with finishing up the the after credit scene of season 4 is what kind of gets me, like, because that after credit scene is like 10 chapters ahead of what the season ended on, right? So the Todoroki family is when yeah. All right, so I forgot we got the Todoroki family chapter after this fight. I think I was actually like how I was thinking of it, even without thinking of it. The class battle is not starting. The class battle won't start until no, it's not. I thought it's a good 2 or 3 chapters after. The class battle's gonna start episode 3. Because episode 1 is going to be the recap filler episode. 2 is going to be class battle starting episode 4 of next season. You heard it here first. The class battle will start episode 4. The end of episode 4 will probably be the introduction to Shinso, maybe? I don't know. But I think the class battle starts episode 4. Oh gosh. And that's gonna carry you to the midway point of the season. And I feel like the second half is going to be the Meta Liberation Army arc. I need to look at this. If we can figure out so it's not that chapter. We're going to start. So, as I'm looking at this, I think Valoni, you're on point. CNW, take care. Yeah, that battle will definitely be the longest, Julian. I'm on the wiki, so it's that I like how the wiki's done it. It breaks it up to like the manga chapters and the anime episodes that covered it. But if I'm just going in my brain, right? There's the end of season 4. From the end of season 4 to what the start of season 5 would be is 1, 2, 3 chapters. So I'm just like marking this up as the class battle is going to start the end of 4, beginning of episode 5, right? And the class battle is going to run until episode 13. And then I feel like you might get the same thing that Hori did with Shigaraki and the logo as the opening. And then the rest of the season is just going to be the My Villain Academia. And then you get to the Endeavor. You get to the Endeavor arc. See, this is where I start to get confused. Because as far as adaptations go, do you break up the war? do you break the war up? Because if indeed the class battle, the cleanup of the end of season 4 and the class battle goes to episode 12, if that does happen, unless the class battle, I don't know, but then you're gonna be breaking up My Villain Academia. I honestly think the class battle is gonna take us to the halfway point of season 5, and My Villain Academia is gonna be the second half of season 5. And then it's just how do you adapt this? Do you do 12 episodes? Do you give us a 12 episode season 6? Do you give us a 12 episode season 6? And then come back as the war for season 7? Because it's the only way I see it. I don't see them. It wouldn't make sense story-wise to have the war arc build up at the end of a season and then cut us for an entire year. I don't see that. I don't see them doing that. I don't. I'm looking through through these chapters to see what episode is the episode that. So 257, 259, 260. They're either, what I think, it's the only thing I can think of is they do season 5 class battle My Villain Academia. They give us a 12 episode season 6 and then war arc season 7. Because I don't know. Because I'm thinking of it as a, how would you have felt if like it doesn't fit, but how would you feel if the overhaul arc started, like if they did all of the build up for overhaul at the end of season 3, and then the second episode, the third episode of season 4, the season that just ended, was them raiding the manor. I feel like that would be weird, right? I feel like that would be weird. But I think for the war arc, it works because you're going to market it as the war arc, right? So I can see them taking 260 is the episode where they storm the hospital. So if I'm looking at 259, 259, 259 is them approaching the hospital. It was 258. I honestly feel like longer episodes, I don't know if they'll do that, because you would have to because My Hero airs on TV, correct? Yeah, it does. So you would have to look at their the program. You would be able to look at the programming blocking and see how long the episode is, and I don't think they'll be able to acquire 40 minutes. It's how I see it, season 5 covers the joint training, My Villain Academia, and then ends with them joining the Endeavor 8. Yeah, season 6 follows up along with the war. It's the whole thing, how the wiki has it blocked, right? Is that the Endeavor Agency is not, the Endeavor Agency is about 241 to 252 is a volume. 10 chapters, 11 chapters is one volume. That's going to be You could stretch it, but a good chunk, like a good chapter or two of those are fighting. You could stretch it to 5 episodes. You could stretch it to 5. You could stretch it to 5. I think that's a 4-episode arc. Five probably. A 5-episode arc, the Endeavor Agency arc, right? That's 5 episodes. My Villain Academia is 218 to 240. 32 chapters, right? Yes. No. No, 28 chapters. 28 chapters, right? 2 volumes. I think that's 12 episodes. Granted, a lot of the ending chapters are fighting, but I can spit it out. But you can't tell me in My Villain Academia they're not going to add some spice, right? They're going to add some spice in My Villain Academia. They totally are. So it's just, how do you get 5 episodes, possible 5 episodes, maybe 4 of the Endeavor arc on top of the class battle and My Villain Academia? Because My Villain Academia could be the 12. That means the class battle is going to be like, I guess 7 episodes. I think it can work. And then you just, I think it can work. I think it can work. I think it can work. And all of season 6 would just be the war arc. But there's like, how many chapters? 1, 2, 3, There's like 7 chapters of buildup for the war. You're not going to see Shigaraki until, when does Shigaraki wake up? What chapter is that? Shigaraki wakes up. Good morning. It's chapter 272. That's a full, it's a full 20 chapters from the start. No, am I bugging? Yeah, it's a full 20 chapters. The full 20 chapters. You're not going to see Shigaraki waking up until the back half of that scene. All right? And it's 2-9. Matter of fact, this is and it's been 20 chapters since then. How the hell do you adapt this arc? How do you do it? How do you adapt this arc? How much stuff is there that could be skipped? And the class battle stuff, I'd have to start rereading. There's probably some stuff that can be like breezed through, like how they do whenever they get their training stuff. They just zoom through it, zoom through it. Yeah, the second half is when Shiggy wakes up. It's like we can't even like map out like how the season's gonna go because we're not done with the arc yet. This arc seems like it's gonna be longer than, I don't freaking know. This seems like it, because a lot, it's like I want to chop some stuff down from this, but it's just the 253 is when the war arc starts. I'm stuttering and stuff, and the fighting doesn't kick in until 261. So that's 7 chapters of talking. There's no fighting. right? There's no fighting in these chapters. It's just talking. There's a lot of talking in the chapter because it's all the Shirakumo stuff. It's all of that. It's all of that. Granted, that Shirakumo conversation, I feel like I can see that the whole Shirakumo conversation, I can see that being the whole second half of an episode. But there's a lot of talking and then there's just a lot of fighting. But there's a lot of fighting everywhere. So there's going to be so much jumping around and back and forth. It's going to take time up too. This is interesting trying to figure this out. I enjoy this. I enjoy this a lot. Dude, once the fighting starts in this war arc, when it gets animated, every episode, whenever it's gonna trend. When Twice dies, trending. That's gonna, dude, that might, how impactful is that gonna be when Twice kicks the bucket? When we see how vicious it is. Excuse me. People are still gonna be like MHA is mid. Makes no sense. Makes no sense when people say that. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, do you understand? Do you understand the series? How can you not like it? Right? I'm one of those people. How can you not like it? It's too damn good. You're entitled to like whatever you want. But for me, I'm like, how do you not like it? It's too good. It's too damn good. It's too damn good. This arc has just been hitting though. This arc has been hitting. It's just been hitting on all cylinders. I can see Shiggy. Is there something I feel like you accidentally sent? What are you trying to tell me, Simo? What are you trying to tell me? Dude, the My Villain Academia, all that stuff's gonna trend. When we get his backstory, he's gonna trend. Big time, he's gonna trend. Big time, he's gonna trend. Damn, I still can't believe that it's coming this spring. I thought it was coming at least fall. I thought season 5 was coming at least fall, if not coming back in 2022. Honestly, I thought we were gonna skip the year. I feel like people are not gonna like My Villain Academia when it starts. Nah. I was surprised to hear that Roger Space didn't like MVA at all. How much does he like My Hero? I don't watch. If you guys don't know, I don't watch mostly anybody. Like, I don't watch no one's content. But isn't he like a big One Piece and Attack on Titan guy? I feel like, yeah. I can see people not liking My Villain Academia when it starts. Dude, I was so in whenever we started to get My Villain Academia. Because the thing that annoys me is that, and I'm pretty sure people still talk about this today, that there's so many characters in My Hero. The characters that I want to see is the characters that we don't get to see all the time, right? But so everybody, I know, like, all Shigaraki is the hand man and this and that, and pretty much like up until My Villain Academia, Shigaraki is just the whiny little boy he just throws fits. He whines and he complains and he cries, and All For One comes, pats him on the back and gives him a do-over, right? And then we get to My Villain Academia, and now all of these characters that are never on screen are on screen. The characters that everyone hates, and I'm using everyone loosely, everyone hates, don't even make an appearance. So you can't even complain that, oh, I'm sick of this character, or this, and this. It's a whole new, it's more characters, so you get to know more of them. And you get character development on almost every single one of them. And there's going to be some people that's not enough for them, right? It's not enough for them. That's why I stay off the internet. That's why I stay off the internet. That's why I stay off the. In my personal opinion, why I love My Hero so much is because, to me, when I'm reading My Hero, it takes all of the things that I love about shonen, and it takes the mistakes that its predecessors before it did, and it either flips them on its head or changes it or does something different than what you're usually waiting to expect from it, right? That's why that's one of the reasons why I like My Hero. That's one of the reasons why I like My Hero so much. Well, it's good that he's enjoying it. If not, DBZ or Naruto, they're gonna complain no matter what. And then the people that hate those series hate everything. So it's just a vicious cycle. Damn, Valoni. I'm sorry I'm holding you up. Alright. I'm sorry I'm holding you up. See you later. Have a good one. Get some rest. Get some rest. Right? What's going on, Dexter? What's up? What's up? What's up? Have you been in the shadows lurking this whole time? Have you? I don't need to look at my phone for the chat anymore. I'm done double screening the chapters. I'm done double screening the chapters. They actually had a best manga of 2020 stream with all the big name. That was a few days ago, right? I didn't watch it. That was a few days ago, wasn't it? I seen like someone posted about it, right? Someone posted about it and I saw it. Yeah, I don't need you anymore. Thank you, services needed. But I was like, I'm not gonna watch that because I probably don't even read any of the series that, or a majority of the series that are up there. And if I'm using like my anime, manga, YouTuber, big brain, I have no idea who is in the stream. I don't know the series that were up for contention, but I'm pretty sure either One Piece or Attack on Titan won if they were actually having like the best of 2020. One of those two won, right? I'm pretty sure My Hero probably wouldn't have gotten its just due. My Hero probably got bounced by like, they probably bracketed My Hero up against One Piece or something, and everyone loves One Piece, so it's a no contest, and One Piece just gets automatically put to the final. I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. I don't need to read, right? I don't need to watch that to know that's what happened. Probably landslide victory. I don't know. Subjects I don't correct. One Piece won, but My Hero came in second. They voted My Hero in second. Yeah, one day I agree with you. I agree with you, Dexter. One day I'll get around to going through One Piece from start to finish. It's not gonna be today, but one day. My Hero came in second. So what place did? See, I can't even argue this because I don't read a lot. I don't read that many series, so I don't know. I know that all I hear is everyone saying Jujutsu Kaisen's amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen's amazing, and maybe Jujutsu Kaisen has had a great 2020. So I can't say that. I don't read a lot of these series. I know a lot of people have been praising Chainsaw Man from here and back, right? they've been praising change, so it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's weird because of the bracket, but Jujutsu beat Attack on Titan, and then My Hero beat Jujutsu. Dude, there must not have been any Attack on Titan people voting for this. Attack on Titan in its climax came in what, 4th place? Because if One Piece won and My Hero came in 2nd, My Hero beat Jujutsu. That means that how'd they run the bracket? They didn't run it like, how'd they run the bracket? The bracket should have been run like the NCAA bracket. How'd they run this bracket? That'll answer my question. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you, Dexter. How does Attack on Titan come in? If I'm reading this correct, Attack on Titan came in 4th place. I can see the argument between My Hero and Attack on Titan because this war arc has just been like crazy thing after crazy thing after crazy thing, and I can see how you would say the chapters of that have been, because there's more chapters than the Attack on Titan chapters, to rapid fire, right? To rapid fire, like the amount of chapters, like I can see you can argue that and try to win that argument. But Attack on Titan is in its climax. It's in its climax. How's it not top 2? It was 16 in winners bracket and then 16 in losers. Why would you? This is, what the hell? What kind of brat? Why would you bracket that like that? Why would you bracket that like that? What? Why are we bracketing this like it's Smash? Like it's a fighting game? Why are we bracketing like this is a fighting game tournament? 16 in a winners and 16 in a loser, so you could get bounced from winners and go to losers? Like what? That's not how you bracket something. That's that new age stuff, man. What the? Why would you bracket that like that? Dude, what? In the year of 2020, you're telling me you couldn't have bracketed this up into 32? 16 and 16? You go through each series and you rank them 1 through 32? And then you split them up, one top left, one top right, one bottom left, one bottom right, so the ones don't run into the ones. What? What kind of? Whoa! That's crazy. Why are you? Yeah, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You don't bracket this like it's a fighting game tournament. There's no one in losers waiting for you. Like, what kind of That's nuts to me. That's nuts to me. You don't have to watch, but I just, the whole thing with brackets, right? Like, you could be explaining it wrong, Julian, but you said, like, from what you're saying, right? I have to read, like you categorize it as winners and losers. So if you answer this, say if, like you said, like this isn't what happened. I didn't watch the stream, so I don't know. But if My Hero went up against One Piece in winners and then lost, did it go over to the loser side and then clear out and got back to the final? Because you said it was One Piece and My Hero in the final. Is that what happened? Is it like a fighting game tournament? Like, I lost, I got sent to losers, and now I can play my way through losers bracket to get back to grand finals. Is that what happened? Because if that's the case, that's not how you bracket something to be evaluated. That's exactly what happened. That's stupid. If you're trying to What? No. When you bracket something, like if you could have found 32 pieces of manga that came out in the year of our Lord 2020, right? You rank, you split. What you do is you split the 32 in half, right? You split the 32 in half, so you would have 16 and 16, and you would then rank the two, right? You would rank them all. Not even. You would rank all of them first. Like you would rank. How would you do it? I know how you would do it for 64, but how would you do it for 32? I would rank them 1 through 16 on each side, right? Split them in half, rank them 1 through 16, and then you would then rank. How you rank them is so that the higher ranks don't run into the higher ranks early, right? Like if the NCAA tournament, all right, Simo, I'll catch you later. Like the NCAA, there's 4 number ones. Each number one has their own region that they go to, so that the number ones don't play another number one in the round of 32. You want the best series to go up against the best at the end. So you don't have One Piece and My Hero in the same bracket. You don't have Attack on Titan and One Piece in the same bracket. You split them all up so they start on different points, so that if they're the best, they can meet their way at the end, because the best are going to run through the lower ones, right? My Hero lost, and then it went against Chainsaw Man in losers, and then they voted for. So how they had it was, that's weird to me. That's weird. That could have been bracketed better. This should have been bracketed like One Piece is a monster, My Hero is a monster, Attack on Titan is a monster, and there's one other series that could be a monster. There should have been 4 monsters that were completely kept away from each other, right? The ones up here, the 2s down here, the ones up here, the 2s down there. You keep the monsters away from each other so that the monsters meet in the end. You don't have the monsters meet halfway through. That's not how you bracket something. This isn't a fighting game tournament. I can't believe I'm harping on this. That's triggering me. That's triggering me. That's not how you do that, though. That's not how you do that. If they had 32 series, right? If there is 32 series that can be picked from, let me just go to so these 3 definitely were in it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did Demon Slayer count? 12, 13. Excuse me. There's 30. I'm going through this, and this is only Jump. There's 32 series that you could pick from. Right. And that's why I was kind of getting twisted up on. You would have to literally make the ranking. You would have to rank them and then bracket them, right? You would have to, like, so if we had, like, how many of us are in here now? 5 of us. So if the 5 of us were to sit here and bracket 32 series, 32 currently running manga, or manga that ended this year, right? I would count manga that ended this year as well. So if we rank the 32, we would go through the 32, and we would literally have to debate what we rank them. We would have to really come down. It would really have to come down. We would have to rank them, right? And then once we rank them, then we split them in half. And then once we do that, then you bracket them accordingly, right? So say if we ranked it, I would have like My Hero would be a monster, One Piece would be a monster, Attack on Titan would be a monster, and how everyone loves Jujutsu Kaisen would be a monster. That's 4, right? That would be 4 in my brain, that they would probably, in whatever order you want to come to, they would probably be 1 through 4, right? Like that would be your 1 through 4. So when you split the bracket in half, You don't put those 4 in the same side, right? You split, you take 2 of them, you put them on one side, you take the other 2, you put them on the other side. And then when you do that, you put 1 at the top of the bracket and you put 1 at the bottom of the bracket, so they don't run into each other at a semifinal, like, or at like a preliminary. I would have it, my One Piece, My Hero, Jujutsu, Attack on Titan, so that they don't meet each other unless it's to the final 4 if they run through everything. And then you have your final 4 of One Piece, so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so, right? That's how I would bracket this. And then you then rank all the other series accordingly. This is when, like, you can't get to the bracket until you go through the vetting of what you rank everything. You can't. Dexter's absolutely right. You have to rank everything. You have to rank everything. You absolutely have to. I think the way how I would do it is I would try to keep the monsters away from the monsters, right? See what made it to the bracket. That you have to rank them. How they had their bracket set up anyways was weird. But I would say what do we agree are the 4 best series, right? That's the first vote I would bring up. The first vote I would bring up is, what do we all agree on are the 4 best series? The 4 ones that are the most popular that we think had the best years, right? Just really fast. What do we think? Like, it's clear. Like, if we all love One Piece and One Piece is this, One Piece is one of the best years, right? My Heroes had one of the best years. Attack on Titan is one. I would do that, right? We would find the 4 teams, jeez. The series that had the bet, like, when it's just like the eye test, like, is that the best thing? We'd have to agree on that. And then we slot them. I would put them on the bracket instantly, and I would put them in the 4 corners. And now we would then have to go through and fill in the final spots. If there's 32 series, 16 on one side, 16 on the other side, and we fill in the other things, we need 28 series that we then would go through. I would shuffle them all up together, right? I would shuffle them all up together, and then we just split them. We pull them all apart. This, like, 1 and 1. You go to this side, you go to this side. Without even looking. You go to this side, 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 until we have the 32 split into 16 and 16. And then once we see that, we see the list, I would then rank them before we even place them on the bracket. I would rank them on each side, rank them through 2 and 5, between 3 and 15. Wait, no, 3 and 16, because 1 and 2 would be gone because there's two big series on each side. And I would then place them in the bracket exactly how they fit, exactly how they roll. And then I do the same thing on that side. And then you have the debate. This series and this series, nope, move forward. This series and this series, nope, move forward. This series and this series, nope, move forward. And then you just work your way until you have a winner. That's how I would do it. Matter of fact, I need to clip this out because I want to do it's November the 15th. Sometime next month, I want to do this. I want to hop in the Discord, get everyone's opinions, do this, and I'll make my own damn bracket. Make my own damn bracket. I really got triggered. I really got triggered because of this. Wow. I'm gonna do this. So I say that to say, damn, can I do it? Because I'm not up to date on any of this stuff. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. I can't do it. Damn it. Because I'm not up to date. I can't do it. Because it would involve me getting spoiled. And the 2020 tier list to go along. Yeah, with it. Yeah, I have to. Absolutely. We're working on that outfit tier list. Absolutely. I don't know if I'll be able to make a tier list because I don't read everything. I'm only on. I'm as far as Jujutsu's anime's taking me as much as I know about the series. I might say the hell with it and binge Chainsaw Man and forsake the anime that might get announced. I can't talk about Dr. Stone because I'm waiting on season 2. And then I just may read everything else. Damn it. You know what? I don't. What I'll do is I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely do it. If we do like talk about it or anything, I'll just like have to leave, not be present for the conversation or something, and then come back after everyone said their piece, and I'll just be like, I can't vote on this, right? I can't vote on it. I think that's what we're doing. Totally. Yeah, definitely. I had that recommended to me, and I seen 2 people from it. Some dude with some red hair and another dude, and they look like big grizzly men, and I'm like, I'm in. I'm in. I'm stammering and stuttering. I was like, I'm in. Looks like my kind of series. I'm in. If I do this series, that means I'm gonna binge Black Clover, so I can be caught up to date, so I could properly, because that's definitely gonna be in the 32. Boruto for sure is gonna be in the 32. One Punch Man's gonna be in the 32. Even though Super isn't to everyone's speed, Super's gonna be in the 32. Promise Neverland's gonna be in the 32. I would count series that ended in the year 2020 as well. So Demon Slayer for sure would be in the 32. Neverland would be in the 32. What other series wouldn't Haikyuu be in the 32? Damn, I can't talk about that. I can read Black Clover in like 2 weeks if I don't rush it. Cool. So yeah, there is totally enough series that are out that can fit in this. Because it's not just Jump, not just shonen. This isn't just a shonen list. Seinens are in here. Like all this stuff is in here. So like I can't just look at Jump for all of this, but some of the best series are in Jump. Like Attack on Titan is it a Jump series? I don't think it's a Jump series. It might not be a Jump series. I don't think it is. But no, it's not. It's Mashal inspired. Where's Matt? Okay. I may read. There's only 39 chapters of Mashal out too. I may read that. I don't know if you I think I talked about it yesterday, but the plans is I haven't fully fleshed this out, and I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Kind of hungry. I haven't eaten food today. It's 6 o'clock. I haven't eaten food today, and I'm out of water. But what I'm planning to do is, because I only do Yashihime's on Saturday, and I'm thinking I still haven't come up with a name for it. It's probably gonna be something corny like KTCP book club or something. And every Saturday, so like how we're sitting here, like I need to read these series. So like for sure, I'll probably read Mashal, Chainsaw Man, and Black Clover, right? And I'll be like every Saturday, I'll just probably like midday, 2, 3. No, Yashihime usually is 2 hours because we talk a lot. So like maybe 3 or 4, I'll hop on and stream for like an hour and a half, and I'll just talk about I read X amount of chapters in this series this week, like this is, and just talk about it, right? And just have an open dialogue instead of me trying to micromanage my days and block out time where I can get an hour and a half in reading. Like I can do that, but I spend on average 2.5 to 3 hours on a normal day in front of the camera. But then on Fridays, I'm literally on camera from noon to 6:30, 7 o'clock, right? So it's just like I can't block every single day out. So I'm thinking of starting like this weekly book club thing And if you want to hop in, like I'll section it up. So I'll like divvy it up. Like I'll talk about this from this time to this time. I'll talk about this time to this time. I'll talk about this, just so it's more like super orderly and I'm not running over my time and getting like long-winded and stuff, but just talking about it. I think that's the plan. I'm trying to figure out a way how I can order it and how I can set it up in my head. And I have like the general idea. I want to try to get it done by next Saturday. Right? Have the first one on Saturday and have read a few of these series, or maybe one of the series. Kaiju number 8 is something I've been hearing about too, and it's very fresh. Spy X Family too, so Spy Family as well. A couple of these that I want to read. So I think that might be the play for Saturdays. Yeah. Let me get out of here. We've been here. We've been streaming for. I don't have my OBS popped up. We can get rid of chapter 290. Discord, you're in the way. Where are we at? 2 hours and 11 minutes, and we spent about the last 45 minutes talking about bracketing and where we think season 6 is going to start and end. So I think we had a good conversation about this 291. I have to make a thumbnail. Damn it. All right. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm starting to get a headache. All right. So I appreciate you guys. To all the people that were here earlier, that if you weren't chatting and you were here, I appreciate you so much just watching. Everyone that was talking about my hero, like all the Endeavor stuff, the Dabi stuff, just like I'm still like in the back of my head, like, where did it all go wrong? Like I have so many various different scenarios in my head where it could have gone wrong easily, right? But it's just like, where did it go wrong? Unfortunate situation, right? Unfortunate situation. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'll try to hop into the Discord. We could talk about this a little bit more, because I'm gonna reread this chapter a few more times just to see if I'm missing anything that I'm picking up. Shark Kid was right on the money. Shark Kid was right in this chapter on the money. Doesn't matter if he's telling the truth or if he's lying. Damage is done. Damage is done. I can't see. I had to put on my glasses. Okay, Dexter, see you later. So yeah, thank you for being here again. I appreciate you all. I'll be there. If there's a chapter next Sunday, I'll be here next Sunday. I'll be back here tomorrow for Power of God and Origami. So, signing out. See ya.